Hello, I'm James Currie with the Communication Department here at MCHD, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm speaking to one of my regular guests here, Stephen Schottgen. He is a behavioral health provider here at MCHD. Stephen, how are you, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm well, and you?
Never better, my friend, never better. Today we are talking about conflict. And so I live in this bubble, right? And I think the world is composed of, balloons and kittens and Australian Shepherd puppies, and there's no conflict in the world, right?
Well, it's a nice viewpoint, but not accurate.
Yeah. No, conflict, unfortunately, conflict is part of society. I don't think you can wake up and go about your day without some type of conflict, correct?
Well, absolutely.
Um, Ever heard of road rage?
Yes, I get to witness it every day coming across the Bayway.
Yeah, that is conflict right there. I've done a little research. You are the expert here, obviously, but people deal with conflict in different ways, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, we all have different coping mechanisms, and some of them are healthy, others are unhealthy.
Yeah, the two of the most common ways that I have read about or found that people deal with conflict are either by fighting, verbally, physically, or something, or just simply running away. So neither one could be healthy, correct?
Well, depending on the situation, that's pretty accurate. Um, yeah, the when we start feeling adrenaline, the anger fills up, and we it triggers a part of our brain that's a survival mechanism, and we either want to, it's called the fight, flight, or freeze. We either want to fight and remove the source of stress, or run away from it, and some of us just freeze because we don't know how to act on an instinctive level.
The thing that I read about running away from conflict, someone gave the example of it's like trying to push a helium balloon underwater. You try to push it below the surface, but for some reason, it always comes back up to the top. So running away is obviously not the best thing. Neither is fighting for sure. Um, so, what are some healthy ways that people can deal with conflict?
Well, ideally, we can identify the source. I mean, where is this anger coming from? For example, with the driving, um, is it because the person cut you off? Is it because the coffee maker broke? Is it because you're having interpersonal relationships at home? Are you going to a job that's not fulfilling? Where's the anger coming from?
Something else I read also too is there's a difference between a peacemaker and a peacekeeper. A peacemaker is the type of person that just likes to try to smooth things over. We're going to put a band aid on this. Um, we're not going to deal with this conflict right now. We're going to push it down the road. We're going to push it down a few weeks or months or whatever, and then we'll deal with it later. Um, but a peacekeeper is someone that actually tries to find a solution. They accept responsibility for the conflict and they look for ways to resolve it. Like, we gave an example of road rage. Well, if that bothers you, for instance, you could sit with a behavioral health provider, such as yourself or someone else, uh, to talk about how you would deal with that anger. I mean, that's just one extreme, that people are always commuting somewhere every day, but some of the other conflicts that we talked about, interpersonal with relationships at home or at work. So it's good to not try to push that helium balloon down underwater, right? You should try to maybe talk to a mediator or a provider or something to try to resolve the conflict.
Absolutely. Somebody that's impartial, non judgmental, that can listen to both sides and allow all the parties involved to communicate effectively, hopefully non emotionally, and redirect different aspects of the conflict to healthy ends.
Yeah, you said non-partial, so obviously that's going to be vitally important. So the whole other side of conflict, if you don't resolve it and you don't deal with it, what does it do to your body?
Ooh, all sorts of things. Um, it can lead to hypertension, um, lack of sleep, anxiety. It can manifest in all sorts of ways, insomnia, and they all tie together, but it's not healthy,
Hmm.
physically as well as emotionally, because they're so interconnected.
Right, mind, body, spirit, health, overall wellness. I know you all in the behavioral health field, you help someone become their best self and you help deal with those things. So, what would you recommend to someone that is exhibiting those symptoms of stress, insomnia, anxiety? Um, do you think it's attributed to some type of conflict?
It very well could be. What we do first is we eliminate the chance of a physical issue. So it's good to go to your primary care provider and have the doc check you out. You know, it could be something from hormonal imbalance. It could be diabetes. That there may be a not just a behavioral issue going on. It could be a physical issue. So it's best to rule that. Well, it's essential to rule that out first,
Yes, that's
and then comes the
absolutely
answer.
important. Yes, absolutely. Um, Stephen, anything else you would like to add about conflict? Just some kind of quick tip for people to kind of help them, like some type of calming technique or something when that occurs?
Well, first off, emotions are neither good nor bad. We can be angry. How we react to our emotions is what gets us in trouble and what leads to conflict. Or, like you said, we repress and suppress those emotions, and they will come out somewhere. So, recognize the source of the conflict, address it as soon as possible, and sometimes we have to agree to disagree, which is a difficult concept um, when we don't see eye to eye, and sometimes we have to just remove ourselves from that conflict.
Stephen, I appreciate your time. I'm going to give your number if someone is experiencing any type of conflict in their life. We mentioned a few of those situations. Like you wake up angry. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or you wake up on the wrong side of the floor. Conflict is just a part of life. How we deal with it, that's the thing that needs the addressing. So I'm going to go ahead and give your number if someone wants to make an appointment with you. It's 251
Please.
690 8889, and that's Stephen or any other behavioral health provider at MCHD.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, Stephen, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.